Okay, so I'm going to do a little video for you guys on how to mix peptides. Okay, so this site here, peptide calculator, I'll make sure that I have it for you guys. It's primepeptides.co, and this is the best site that I've found to kind of give you the layout as to how you mix peptides. So in this example, I have thymosin alpha 1, and in this peptide, the dosage is 10 milligrams. Okay, so you need to reference the label on your peptide so that you know whether it's 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams, because that's important in terms of our dosage. So the things that you'll need: peptide. You'll need something called bacteriostatic water. Some people also call it reconstitution water. You can find it on Amazon, or wherever you buy the peptide from will also have them. And then the other thing that you're going to need are insulin syringes. Okay, this one goes up to you can't see it, goes up to 100 units. Some of them go up to 50 units. Okay, so the peptide, this depends on how much of it that you're taking. So peptide strength is 10 milligrams, and dose of the peptide for this individual person, he's going to be doing 1.5 milligrams per day. So that turns into 1.5 milligrams, which you'll see is 1,500 micrograms. So dose of the peptide, he's taking 1.5 milligrams, and then the strength of the peptide is 10 milligrams. And then I have my bacteriostatic water. So we're going to put 1 ml of the bacteriostatic water in. So what that looks like is basically I have my peptide that I need to open. So we're going to open the peptide, and then we're going to have our insulin syringe. And the step that we're doing right now, we're only going to do once. Okay, so I have my bacteriostatic water, and we're going to put 1 ml of bacteriostatic water into our peptide. Now, let's say you have a regular syringe. 1 ml is 1 cc. If you're using insulin syringes, 1 ml is 100 units. Okay, if you had 50 units, then you'd have to do 2 of them in order to reach 1 full ml. Okay, so I have 100 units of bacteriostatic water, which is 1 ml of bacteriostatic water. I'm going to put all of that into my peptide. You'll see my peptide, it's basically just a white powder. So you can't inject a white powder, you have to mix it. So I'm going to put all of that water into my peptide. Now, the initial thing that you're going to want to do is shake it up. Do not shake it up. Okay, you don't need to shake it. It's going to mix on its own. If you want it to mix faster, you can put it in your hands and then just slowly roll it back and forth. Peptides are very delicate, so you don't want to shake it up. Now, it is noted that when it does arrive, if you're not mixing it right away, put it into the freezer right away. Okay. Once it is mixed, this is going to stay in the fridge. You want to keep it in the fridge. They're temperature stable or temperature sensitive. So you want to make sure it's in the fridge once it's mixed. If it's not mixed, it stays in the freezer. Okay. So essentially what we did is we mixed it up. Now the peptide is ready. Okay. So as you can see on our chart here, it says the peptide dose 1.5 milligrams, which means based off of the peptide strength and the amount of bacteriostatic water we put in there, he's going to draw 15 units per day. So I go back to my insulin syringe, and he's basically going to draw 15 units out of his peptide and inject that subcutaneously every single day. The best place for subcutaneous injections is going to be belly fat. So basically you pinch some belly fat, alcohol wipe it down. You can also wipe down the top of the peptide, do your injection and then wipe it down again. Fairly simple. Now, the frequency of the dosage is based on each individual person and what either I have told you or what you've decided to do. Some peptides like BPC 157, you're going to be doing them daily. Okay, so that's a daily injection. Other ones like TB 500 or thymosin 1 alpha, this can be anywhere between 2 and 3 times a week. So depending on the peptide, depending on your dosage, there's lots of variation here. But I just wanted to make sure that you have a video as to how to do this process and how to, do the math on making sure your dosages are right and everything like that. So the main things are figuring out what is the dose of your peptide, whether you're doing, 250 micrograms, 2 milligrams, in this case, 1.5 milligrams, the peptide strength. Usually they come in either 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams, and then how much water you're going to put in it. If you put a lot less water, the dosages are going to be higher. If you put a lot more water, then the amount of liquid you're injecting will be higher, obviously. So, considering that this is 10 milligrams and we put in 100 units, it means that every 10 units is 1 milligram. So it makes the math very easy. Okay. So next step, this goes into the fridge. This individual is going to be drawing to 15 units every time he does an injection, which in this case will be twice a week, and he's ready to go. And that's it. That's how you mix or reconstitute a peptide and do your shots. Have fun.